What's the first thing that pops into your mind when I tell you that I'm stitching a project on 10 count Aida? I'm guessing that you picture something, either a kit made for children or a whimsical project for little old ladies. I'm Michelle, this is my romantic tangle, and if you've been watching my channel, you know what I'm stitching on. If not, what I'm stitching on 10 count Aida may surprise you, because it sure as heck surprised me. This is Noise of Waterfall. It is one of the new kits from Riolis, and I am in love with this thing. This video, by the way, is sponsored by Riolis. They sent me this kit when I contacted them and proposed doing the video. Look at how this is going to come out. One of my big life goals is to someday have a gallery wall of projects I have stitched, and this is big. Not hey big, but big. And stitching it on 10 count means that I am making progress so much faster than if I was doing it on a smaller count fabric. And I think the detail is still pretty darn amazing. If you're not familiar with the count of Aida, the 10 count means there are 10 stitches per inch on the fabric. I typically stitch on 14 count or 18 count, so that means that compared to 18 count, these stitches are double the size. It is way easier on my eyes. It's not simple by any stretch of the imagination, but sometimes working on a bigger count fabric provides a nice break and is a little more relaxing than doing 6-strand half stitches on 18 count, which is my other big project, which is also going to go on the gallery wall, but I like the change of pace, and I don't think that this loses anything by being on a larger count fabric at all. My first experience with 10 count was another Riolis kit, and it was a total accident. I bought the kit at a Hobby Lobby clearance sale and wasn't paying attention to the stitch count, because at that point it hadn't occurred to me that I should. I thought if anything I'd wind up with a higher count fabric than I expected. Ripe Apples is on 10 count, and look at the detail. Look at the shading. Look at the coverage. Almost all of this is 2 strands of the woolen acrylic. There are a very few colors that are 3 strands. I think it looks amazing. And this was a challenge to stitch. This was not, it was easy on my eyes in terms of the stitches being larger, but in terms of following the chart and the detail work, this is not quick and easy. This is not at all what I would imagine if you suggested to me that I stitch something on 10 count. Noise of Waterfall is using 3 strands of that acrylic wool blend floss, and the coverage is, it's like needlepoint. There is no white showing through at all. I love this thing. It's going to take me a while. I have been working on this for I think 2 months. I've also been working on other projects at the same time, but it's a big project. But because it's only 10 stitches an inch, I feel like it's a doable project. Some of their other new kits are also on 10 count. Mysterious Castle, which I ordered from my bobbin for my birthday, is headed my way. It is on 10 count. Their new Van Gogh design, which the name escapes me right now, is on 10 count. This series of little window scenes is also on 10 count. And so is this one, which I pulled it out so I could show it to you in this video, and I cannot wait to start this one. It looks like it is going to be all kinds of fun. Take the gold shading of that Samovar and combine it with the 10 count, and I am excited. So, do you work on lower count fabric? It feels like all of my friends are doing 22 count and 25 count and over 1 on 40 count. And that stuff is gorgeous. It makes my heart sing. It makes me want to do it. And I think I'm going to try a project on 22 count to see if I have it in me and my eyes will handle it, but I think it's a good idea to maybe balance the two types of fabric. I know with knitting, they give the advice to alternate sometimes between really fine yarn and a heavier yarn, just so your eyes and fingers are doing something else now and then. Let me know, have you stitched with this 10 count? Do you love it as much as I'm loving it? I really thought hard about swapping out white ripe apples to a 14 count fabric, and I am so glad I didn't, because I would have missed out and not known how fun these kits are. Thank you again to Riolis for sponsoring this video. I am really excited about this, and I'm going to stop filming and go do some more stitching. I'm Michelle, this is my Romantic Tangle, and I'll be back with you with more videos soon.